Hey guys, it's Anu here from Lovell Soccer, and today, as you can probably tell by the title below, we are going to be taking a look at the new Nike Superfly 5s in the latest Spark Brilliance colorway. Now I'm really excited about these, but before I get started guys, as I said in the last video for the Messi 16s, don't forget to subscribe, as over the next couple of weeks guys, we're going to be taking a look at all the latest boots that will be on show during Euro 2016. As you can see, I'm already sporting the 1966 World Cup top. As you can see, obviously from Lovell Soccer, you can purchase this also from Lovell Soccer. I'll leave the link in the description below. But also we're going to be taking a look at all the latest jerseys, shirts that will be on show during Euro 2016 also. So make sure you check out the website. I'll leave the link in the description below. But for now, let's get straight into the review itself. So here we are guys, as you can see, standard orange box, nothing new there from Nike. However guys, I must say they have done a really good job on the string bag. As you can see here, it's Volt in color, so it's a kind of yellowish greenish color there. You've then got black strings, as you can see there clearly. You've got the Mercurial brand in there, also in black. You've got the black pattern here, which you will actually see later on the actual boots themselves, and a black Nike swoosh there down below at the bottom. So all in all guys, a really bright, vibrant string bag, really nice one to be honest. I think I might look after this one more than the others that I've got from Nike. And then guys, all that's left within the actual box itself are the boots, so let's get them out. So guys, here we are with the Superfly 5s. I'm really interested to know what you guys think about them. Are you a fan of the colors Nike have used on them, the look of the boot? Let me know in the comments below. But for now, what I'll do, I'll put the left boot there for you guys to see throughout the video and talk about the right boot here. To start off with guys, let's take a closer look at the colors that Nike have actually used on the boot. As you can see guys, they've actually gone for kind of half and half look in terms of the colors on the upper. So on the lateral side here, you can clearly see you've got that orange color going along the width of the boot with a black accent, as you can see, and that fades into black in the heel section. However, on the medial side, you can clearly see it's a totally different color. It's pink with the same black accent colors, black accent line going along the side there, which then fades once again into black in the heel section. The lacing system is black, as you can see. The color also is black. You've then got the Nike branding all in that Volt color, which essentially, as I said earlier, is kind of a yellowish greenish color. So you can see there on the upper, the Nike swoosh there in that Volt color. The Nike swoosh on the medial side also is in Volt. And by the way, you've got the Soleplate, which is solid black. However, it's then got the Volt Nike swoosh there, and then the studs themselves are a translucent Volt color, which, as I said earlier, is a kind of yellowish green color. So that's a complete run through of the colors Nike have used. Now, to be honest, if someone said a boot with pink and orange would work, I would say absolutely not. But I have to be honest with you guys, I think it does work. I'm a fan of the colors that they've used and the look of the boot. Not very totally different, to be honest, to what we saw from the Superfly 4s in terms of the look. However, I will get into that a bit more later on. But in terms of the colors, really nice. I think they work really well. The accent color of the black on both the pink and orange works really well. So I think Nike have done really well there. Tech-wise, guys, these boots, the Superfly 5s, are very different to the Superfly 4s, which, as we obviously know, was the previous generation. Now, the Superfly 5 still has the Flyknit upper and the Nike skin covering, which the Superfly 4 had. However, they have made a few changes to it, in the sense that they've added a new feature to the Superfly 5s, which they've given the name as 3D speed rib texturing. Now, all that entails essentially is that they've actually raised certain areas of the boot by 2.5 millimeters, still really thin. So the sections in black, as you can see, have actually been raised to 2.5 millimeters, while the sections in orange are only 1 millimeter in thickness. That goes exactly the same for the medial side as well. That's in pink. The black sections, the black lines, are 2.5 millimeters in thickness, while the pink areas are 1 millimeter in thickness. Now, I'm saying in thickness, but that is still microscopic like measurements. Really thin, these boots. And guys, you've then got the flywire cable which runs from the sole plate into the laces system. Now you were actually able to see that a lot better on the Superfly 4s. You can't actually see the flywire cables that much, they're a bit more hidden, but you can actually just make them out there. And essentially all it is that when you then pull on the laces, this locks the flywire and the boot round your foot really well, and you do get that kind of lockdown sensation, which means that your foot doesn't move around at all within the boot. Now the actual upper is actually really thin and flexible, and will obviously over time get even more flexible, which means you still get that bare foot sensation when you make contact with the ball, which obviously a lot of us love now in the modern game. Not only that guys, it being really thin means that you do get that kind of sock feel when you pull it on. It almost feels like a second sock when you pull it on your foot, which is really nice as well. You've got the centralized one-piece laces system, which means that when you then make contact with the ball, it's a really clean and smooth contact. There's no interruptions of overlapping layers, and that's why I'm a big fan, guys, I must be honest, of the one-piece design. I'm not really a fan of the overlapping layers which we saw from, you know, previous generations of boots. Really love the one-piece design which you get on the Superfly 5s. It's then obviously it being a high-end Nike boot, you've obviously got ACC, all condition control, which means that the boot should perform in wet weather as well as it does in dry weather. Now obviously me being, you know, English and living in England, that's really important as half the time it's raining, so it's really cool to have that element to the boot itself. Within the actual boot, you've got a synthetic leather lining going around the heel section with a decent amount of padding. Actually, what I'd say is a bit more padding to what we actually found on the Superfly 4s, which means they should potentially be more comfortable on feet. You've actually got a removable insole, which I'll show you guys right now. Now the removable insole is, you know, Volt in color, as you can see there. You've got the Mercurial branding there in black, and also just for a bit more, you know, friction while these are within the boot, they've added a bit of texture, a bit more texturing to the bottom of the insole, so this shouldn't be moving around at all. Moving on guys to possibly the biggest change you will find from the Superfly 4s to the Superfly 5s, it's the sole plate. Now the sole plate on the Superfly 4s, as we know, was made out of carbon fiber. However, on these bad boys, the Superfly 5s, it's actually made out of a single layer of plastic. Now they've actually utilized the Nike a new manufacturing process to get this done, because most plastic sole plates are actually made out of a number of layers of plastic. However, this is a single layer of plastic, which means it's actually now reduced the weight of the sole plate compared to that of the Superfly 4s by 40%. Yes, 40%. That's a lot in my eyes, to be honest with you guys. And not only that, Nike didn't stop there. This being their speed boot, they tried to, you know, further, you know, make the boot even more efficient by, you know, adding a bit more shape to the sole plate itself, which means now that it's more anatomically made, which essentially means that it does take to the shape of the human foot more compared to, you know, other sole plates out there. As you can see, it's, you know, got all these shapes and contours which are exactly what you'd find on the human foot. So the benefit of that is that, you know, it's actually more efficient, the sole plate, and one more comfortable. So, you know, really nice of Nike to work on, you know, essentially creating a better sole plate on what was actually a proven sole plate on the Superfly 4s. Not only that, guys, they've actually put a really aggressive stud layout here with these kind of V-shaped bladed studs, as you can see, all going in one direction, which is forward, to allow you to grip and get better traction to push off when you're running. So all in all, guys, I'm a big fan of these boots from Nike. They're actually retailing for £240 on the Lovell Soccer website. As I said, I'll leave the link in the description below. But I'm a big fan of these, and out of 10, guys, I would actually rate these an 8.5 going to a 9, really. I think Nike have got it absolutely perfect. Just a final word on the dynamic fit color. The color itself doesn't actually enhance your performance. A lot of people do believe that it enhances your performance or supports your foot. Not at all. It's just that, one, you know, it's trendy at the moment, the mid-cut design, everyone absolutely loves it. And then secondly, it just creates a nice feel from your leg into the boot, so that giving that kind of seamless sensation while your foot is within the boot. So all in all, guys, as I said earlier, I'll give the boot a 9 8.5 to a 9 out of 10. The boots are true to size, guys, so get your actual size. I'm a 9, so I would get them in a 9, for example. And not only that, comment below your thoughts on the boots. I am really interested to know what you guys think about these new generation Superflies. But as I said earlier in the video, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and peace.